We feel a distinct difference between the heavy weight of bone and the lightness of a passing thought, or between a falling rock and the invisible rule that makes it fall. Because these things feel so different, we split the universe into matter and magic, flesh and spirit, objects and the ghostly realms that govern them. This habit starts with how we speak. We learn to use nouns to name physical things like trees and chairs. But then we use nouns for relations, patterns, and processes, and we trick ourselves into believing that every noun must represent a physical substance. The Cartesian mind-body split provides the most famous example of this mistake. René Descartes argued that the mind and the physical body are completely separate types of existence, creating an impossible puzzle. How could an immaterial ghost ever interact with physical neurons to raise an arm? Changism offers a cleaner framework. Instead of a layered cake of separate realms, reality consists of a single, unbroken, global field of change. Order is built directly into the physical processes themselves. To understand how this single reality works, we must look at the practical tools we use to track all this constant motion. We must look at our ledgers. For centuries, the classic myth of the mind suggested a separate spirit or ghost piloting a meat suit. Changism redefines the mind as an internal ledger. It is a highly complex mode of biological organization that a living body uses to survive. A living system tracks its own state, constantly registering pain, shifting balance, hunger, and past memories. It compiles these signals into a single, dynamically updated stream to anticipate threats and coordinate action. Consciousness describes the felt organization of that biological tracking process. It is a perspective anchored entirely in the flesh, experiencing the world from the inside out. If the mind tracks change inside an organism, we still need a way to track the vast changes happening outside us. A common intuition imagines the universe obeying a strict, invisible rulebook floating somewhere in the void. Physical laws describe rather than decree. The regular, stable order exists in nature first, long before any physicist writes down a formula to capture it. Chaotic particle interactions gradually align into repeating geometric patterns. Physical laws are simply compressed summaries of these stable patterns. Take Newton's law of gravitation. Physical bodies interact consistently, and the resulting formula is our highly accurate summary of that behavior. We observe the universe in act, using laws as shorthand for its inherent built-in logic. One of the most stubborn illusions treats time as a sprawling empty stage or container that physical events are placed into. Look at a physical process, like the rapid decay of an apple or the rusting metal in a machine. Removing the apple, the metal, the atoms, and every physical interaction in the universe would leave absolutely nothing behind, not even an empty void. Time is a relational ledger. It is a strictly formal system for counting, coordinating, and comparing the sequence of events unfolding within the global field of change. Clocks tally highly repeatable physical motion, whether the mechanical swing of a pendulum or the predictable radiation of a cesium atom. Time doesn't make change happen. It is one of the most disciplined ways we render change intelligible. Finally, Platonism suggests that numbers and geometry exist in a timeless, perfect heaven, and that our physical universe is constructed out of this pure math. Abstract mathematical concepts lack any physical mass or energy. By their very nature, they cannot push a planet or cause a chemical reaction. Mathematics serves as the evolving grammar for our external ledgers. Math is brilliantly effective because the physical universe is deeply structured to begin with. We developed this refined symbolic language through a long dialogue with those natural structures. Equations represent the sharpest linguistic tools ever forged to describe what matter is already doing. Time acts as the ledger over change. Laws provide the compressed summaries of that ledger. Mathematics provides the grammar, and the mind serves as the internal ledger experiencing it all. This view preserves the reality of human life. The vivid sting of a memory and the staggering order of a galaxy remain undeniably real, functioning without the need for a second magical realm. By abandoning dualism, we stop unnecessarily duplicating reality. We leave behind the confusing mysteries of how spirits move matter, or how invisible laws push atoms, revealing a single, fluid system. We inhabit one magnificent cosmos of pure becoming. We are the unfolding process itself, and the ledger that records it.